Let me hit it. Hi, I'm Rex Pukanikin, and we're balling today, tomorrow, and most definitely yesterday. At what cost? Ladies and gentlemen, it's week 21. June is just around the corner. We got one more week to go before the summer kicks off for reals. But to be honest with you, summer has already kicked off for reals for me. Last week, I genuinely was outside every day. Just that. Like that should tell you something. Summer is here. Before it used to be, 5 times a week I'm at home. Just the whole fucking day because outside is nothing but coldness and depression. But now, summer, and it's been one of those flawless, almost beginning to the summer because there is not a motherfucking cloud out here, dude. It's just pure fucking 24 hours of sunshine pretty much. Or right now, the sun don't even set. It realistically don't set. Because, you know how I know this? Because I've been staying up, ladies and gentlemen. I've been fucking sacrificing my goddamn brain cells just to watch some goddamn beautiful live broadcasted sports, man. That's what it's all about. The NBAs were going throughout the weekend. This was going throughout the weekend. That was going throughout the weekend. But here we are to break it all down. And I gotta tell you, they're not chilling. They're not taking it down a notch for the summer. They're only kicking it upwards. So before we get into that, let's just figure out what we're dealing with before we get to the summer season where shit gets all real and shit. Okay, it's like the finals before the finals right now, and that's what actually happened. We're going into the conference finals in the NBA. The semifinals just passed. The last game that was played was last night. I had stayed up for those. That's why the podcast is a little bit up a bit later today because I was staying up. I was watching the games. But let's go in chronological order of how the NBA playoffs, these 4 series went down, the semifinals leading up to the conference finals. So we start off with Celtics versus the Cavaliers in the Eastern semifinals, conference semifinals. I honestly thought this was going to go into this was going to be way more even of a matchup between Celtics and the Cavaliers. I don't know. I just thought the Cavs played really good defense, and then at the end of the day, they could score, right? The Strus, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen's really effective either way with defense and scoring. I was just no, there's no way Celtics just kicked their asses, but nah, the Celtics kind of did kick their butts. The Celtics defeated the Cavs 4-1 within 5 games into the series. I don't know, man. I only watched for this series. I watched game 2, and then I watched game 5. I'm gonna be honest with you, and to be honest with you, also, I almost don't really know what the Celtics are what's their strongest point, and then how does that continue on to, the conference finals and who they face off of. So far, it's just a big fucking mystery. Because it's been a while since, it's been a while since the Celtics have played the top fucking, Western teams. And I just don't recall that much. I don't recall. Celtics are number 1 seed in the East. They might finally win their ring. Why don't I hear about them that much? Why don't I hear, Jason Tatum just scored 40 fucking points just to fuck the Cavs up, or 50? They're going crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying, it's kind of ironic, too. I'm wearing a fucking Boston College fucking shirt right now, and I'm kind of hating on the Celtics. A little bit. Low-key. Just low-key. No. I'm not even hating. It's just, it's just criticism. If we're comparing it to the West, What's really going on? And I'll talk about this later. But yes, congratulations to the Celtics. Congratulations to the Cavs as well for a solid season and a good fight in the postseason. So, yeah, we move on from that series. Then the next series that ended was Saturday night. Mavericks defeat the OKC Thunder 4-2 in the series. Mavs were down 17 points, and they make the comeback from being down 17 points to win the series. And that was one of those where it was just like, wow. So I've seen LeBron and Kyrie, and then now I saw Doncic and Kyrie. The common denominator is still the same, Kyrie Irving. But it's just two different. LeBron played much more with just sheer power and size. Played very physical. Luka, on the other hand, he can play. I'm not saying he can't play physical, but I'm just saying he's so effective that you don't need to play physical. You just swerve around, a couple dishes, it's just the triple double in him, like as if like he wasn't dangerous enough as a player. Luka Doncic, he can have these takeover moments, but he's just that smart. Like, it kind of scares me, too, because he's supposed to be one of the younger players, like younger superstars. And he's already this smart, with the triple doubles and just this shit. And I think that is really, it's just, bro, this guy, he just might be the smartest man on earth, man. This guy knows when to be a little rough, you know what I'm saying? But then he knows, take it smooth, be gentle. You know what I'm saying? This guy is insane. Luka, I'm sure your lady's very satisfied. But no, it's fucking magical, man. What they're cooking up in Mavericks is magical. I think what they were doing that was crazy. I mean, look, listen. Thunder were playing pretty hard. All right? You can't, at the end of the day, you can't fucking bash SGA too much. He still fucking put it out on the line, and OKC, they fucking, they try, but it's just they're in the postseason, they're not as experienced. That's all it is. I think that's all it was too, because Luka's been through some fucking gruelers in the postseason ever since he came in the league, and now it was one of those where he's like, dude, no fucking way I'm gonna lose to these young bucks. All right, like, I'm the young one, okay? Let me make my statement legacy series, whatever, get the ring before all these new young guys. I'm like, dude, this is moving too fast almost. Like, the fact that Luka might become the older one of the younger guys, it's just like, wait, how fast does all of this really move? But Mavericks, Game 6, comeback from 17 points. Bam! First seed, the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're out. Still, congratulations to those young guys. Just fucking making it that far and just defeating a bunch of killers in the way, too. So, Oklahoma City Thunder, congratulations for the season. And Mavericks, we move on. Next up, this was the first game that happened last night. Pacers go against the Knicks in Madison Square Garden for Game 7. Everybody was lit in the arena. Madison Square Garden just brings the energy. Spike Lee was fucking, on point. Everybody, all the legends there were there. But I got to tell you what, it's like somebody drug test the fucking Pacers right now, the whole roster. Because yesterday, like the first half that they were playing, like, it was nuts. Pascal Siakam started off 5 for 5. Like, it was just like, okay, Pascal got the ball. All right, what does he do? Bang. A little mid-range. Fucking swish. And I was like, yeah, no, it's no problem. But then every time they dish it out to anyone else, bam, 3-pointer. Halliburton 3-pointer, bam. Like, I think they were shooting close to 70%, at least in the first quarter, or almost was in the fucking first half. Like, they weren't missing. And then on top of the fact that they were just playing really well, like, their pacing was something different, man. Like, every time the Knicks, they got an impressive back. Every time the Knicks went in, Jalen Brunson went in, anyone. DiVincenzo, are you freaking kidding me? DiVincenzo, he was trying his best, man. DiVincenzo was trying his best. Every time Spike Lee hit him with the bang, like, he was playing phenomenal. Every time DiVincenzo scored, I swear to God, it felt like Pacers was putting like 4 more points on top of that. And I know, and here's what I want to say, though. Knicks had a good amount of injured players. Okay? They weren't 100% going into that Game 7. I can say that, all right? I'm not a Knicks bandwagon fan. I'm not, because that would be really whack of me. But I just want to say, if you want to look at it on paper and see why, like, the 6th seed is fucking going into the Eastern Conference Finals, well, it's just because Knicks were definitely playing that Game 7 with one hand tied behind their back, at least. Still, shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the Pacers. The Pacers are looking dangerous, man. If they're playing that way every game against the Celtics, it's pretty scary, man. It's pretty scary. I think the Pacers, they can definitely clean up their defense a little bit, but in terms of their offense, pretty scary, man. Pretty scary. Anyways, lastly, this just happened T-minus 12 hours ago. Not T-minus, we're not counting down. Sorry. This happened just 12 hours ago. The Minnesota Timberwolves go against the Denver Nuggets, Game 7, to decide who makes it to the conference finals in the West. Timberwolves were down by 20 points at one point in the game. It was the start of like the third quarter where they were down by 20 points. Jamal Murray absolutely went off the first half. He just went crazy. Okay, like almost like vintage Jamal Murray, like just fucking legacy game. Going crazy. And then he starts slowing down. And then the Timberwolves defense all of a sudden becomes, godlike, which they're expected to be, but godlike, right? They put Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. They fucking two-man Jokic because freaking Jokic. Like, he's just that good. So you got to put 2 giants to defeat 1 giant, right? Anthony Edwards steps it up. And then in one point in the fourth quarter, he's a big old goofy Rudy Gobert turn around and fade. The comeback is finally over. Once my French boy Rudy Gobert, he hit that turnaround fade or splashed. Nah. I think it was over. It's when Rudy Gobert hit you. If he's all so big old goofy Rudy Gobert, he turned around and faded. If he's that goofy. He's that goofy, man. Nah, dude, this is the playoffs. That's game 7 moves right there. Rudy Gobert probably like momentum shifted the whole thing after that. After singing that turnaround fade, and the comeback was over after that. I mean, like, the comeback was completed pretty much, and Anthony Edwards stepped up. Everybody that needed to step up stepped up. The defense stayed on lock. And the Timberwolves, man, they defeat the NBA championship favorites, the Denver Nuggets. They defeat Nikola Jokic, but at the end of the day, all respect goes to Nikola Jokic. He won the MVP. He is playing mind-blowing basketball that is on a different level, to which it's just... See, this is where I almost think that, Nuggets were meant to win the championship, but now the only team that had a realistic chance on stopping the Nuggets were the Timberwolves, because they're just huge in size. Naz Reid, Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, right? They're just big dudes in size anyways. Now I'm thinking how there's no other team going on to the next round of the playoffs where they have the size to combat that. So I'm scared. I'm scared, man. I'm scared. Right now, it's looking like that might just be it. But before we move on to what I think is going to go down, just shout out to Nikola Jokic. Put his heart and soul out there. He's still the regular season MVP. And let's not feel bad for him. Now he gets just that little extra time in the offseason to enjoy what he wants to do and be with the horses out in Serbia. So shout out to both teams once again. And this week, for the whole week, the conference finals. It's the Dallas Mavericks versus the Minnesota Timberwolves out on the Western Conference Finals side. Like I said, I love the Mavs. I want the Mavs to win the championship this year. I think Luka and Kyrie is a fucking match made in heaven. Right, on top of all the other guys there. But the size of the Timberwolves, and then you have this fucking other guy who's a year younger than me, by the way. Anthony Edwards is a year younger than me. And people are saying he's the next Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, arguably one of the most influential people in modern pop culture or sports entertainment culture. So, I'm no hating motherfucker. If there's a guy younger than me who they're trying to say is the fucking next GOAT, yeah, dude, I believe you. Yeah, dude, I believe you. You don't have, and especially when this guy isn't PR trained, which is my number one problem with modern day sports athletes. I wish they could just speak their minds, but because of the sponsorship and leagues being all about censorship nowadays, Anthony Edwards is what we need, okay? I'm not saying for him, I'm not saying that, oh, dude, I want this guy to get political. That's what I really want. No, what I'm saying is he expresses his opinion about what he does his way. That's it. That's it, guys. If you can't respect that, I don't know what you can respect, okay? So Anthony Edwards versus Luka Doncic. Damn it. I'm going to try to watch every single game of that series. I have no idea because I'm rooting for both gentlemen the same way. If there was one franchise organization that I'd rather win the championship, it would be the Mavericks. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good about the Western Conference Finals either way. And then we go into the East. Yeah, I'm repping Boston, dude. Boston Celtics. We're going to take this, dude. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, you know what I'm saying? Kristaps Porzingis and shit. We got this shit 100%. I don't really know what to say about the Celtics or the Pacers. To be honest with you, this is Game 7. I think this is Game 7. At least Game 6. And I don't think the Celtics are going to be having an easy time against the Pacers. I think the Pacers are going to be fucking fighting hard. So, and Look, there's a reason why I'm doing this on purpose. Guys, it's the fucking East, dude. Nobody gives a shit about the fucking East this year. Oh, my God. Really? Just, all right. Nah. Okay. The Celtics versus Pacers matchup is going to be real exciting. On this hand, you got these players. This hand, you got these players that do this thing well. Guys, Celtics game 6 win, I'm assuming. That's just the best thing. I'm sorry. I'm just super biased on the Western Conference this year with the NBA. All right, I'll move on. The bias has kicked in. I got to move on. All right. Anyways, F1 also happened last weekend, or the past weekend. And we were in Imola. Nice. I personally don't mind that we were in Miami. We took a week break, and then now we're in Imola. So, two very different types of tracks, two very different types of environments. But McLaren, let's just be honest here. McLaren weren't messing around when it comes to that Miami upgrade, man. No, they weren't messing around. And just like all, successful business ventures or whatnot, it's just, I keep on going back to this, you just do a couple, race lines, race lines, and then you come up with crazy good ideas like, dude, we should totally do this to the car, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just the diffuser with the freaking rear wing, and then we bump up the freaking engine power this much. I think we could make it work, Zach. I think this upgrade could work. And they weren't fucking around when they made that upgrade, because Piastri qualified on the front row on Saturday, and Norris finished in P2, 0.7 seconds behind Verstappen in P1 on race day. And I don't even have to talk about free practices, because this is real stats right here, qualifying and the race. Oscar Piastri ended up P4, unfortunately, but Norris P2, and less than a second behind Verstappen, guys. And this was one of the traditional tracks instead of a street circuit. I think currently, let's just talk about Norris. Currently, Norris, he sees Leclerc and Sergio Perez in P2 and P3 of the Drivers' Championship. He's going really? That's all I got to do? Just those two guys, and we only in round 7 going into round 8? He's thinking all right. Because currently after Imola, Carlos Sainz is P5 right now. He's at 93 points. Next up, Lando Norris, P4 with 101 points. So a little less than 10 points ahead of Carlos Sainz. But then if you look at who's above Lando Norris and the performance of the McLaren and the potential performance results of the McLaren car, well, then you got Sergio Perez sitting at P3 of the Drivers' Championship at 107, so 6 points behind Lando Norris. If we have another race like this where Sergio was struggling, he only scored a P8, and Lando Norris is on point on the podium, well, this is almost done after Monaco, right? Charles Leclerc sitting at 113, so 113 points. Okay, more than 10 points, but that's also just maybe by round 12, Norris could already be there. Round 10. I'm just, even if Norris beats Leclerc or finishes the race by 1 point, you know what I'm saying? That's all it really, a one position. Max Verstappen, yes, that's possibly a little bit more out of reach. Max Verstappen currently at 161 points, sitting on top. Yes, that would be a 60-point comeback. That's a little bit more difficult. It's only realistic if Verstappen actually DNFs still some time before reaching halfway through the season. But still, the way Lando Norris is looking in the McLaren, the way that he could still keep the consistency up and what he's known for. Because Lando Norris is like, that's one trait that's never been said about him. It's that he drives stupid, right? He never really makes like big, stupid decisions anyway. So Lando Norris, he's gonna be there with Verstappen closer to the end of the season. I think Verstappen is too high level, and his car is at such a good level too, where they're going to be able to fight. They're going to be able to maintain the lead with this 60-point lead right now anyways. But nothing's 100%, guys. Nothing's 100%. And the McLaren are truly up there now. They are truly up there. I said it a little too early, but I said McLaren could possibly be consistently above Ferrari throughout this season. So what we have this weekend, we go to Monaco, the most legendary track in F1 history. And you know what? I'm going to say this off. I think Oscar Piastri is going to score his win now. I really do think so. Because he is such a savage in qualifying. He has the same car as Norris. And because I think Norris got the dub now, I think Piastri gets the dub in Monaco. And especially if Verstappen is struggling from the get-go throughout the weekend. Anything else? Carlos Sainz podium. You know what? I'll say this right now. I'm saying McLaren 1-2 with Carlos Sainz third place. I'm calling it right here like that. Oscar Piastri P1, Lando Norris P2, and Carlos Sainz P3. That's how I'm calling it. And guys, it all goes full circle. Watch. There's this like, it's all like foreshadowed in the fucking foreseeable future. All right, watch this. Bang. Sebastian Vettel drives the McLaren, what was it called? MP4/-8. The legendary one that Ayrton Senna drove back in the 90s, won his last 41 races in that car, the legendary McLaren. Sebastian Vettel drove that car at Imola, therefore foreshadowing a McLaren win in Monaco, because Ayrton Senna always fucking killed the shit out of Monaco in the McLaren. Bam. There you go. Sorry if I clapped a little hard, but there you go. Conspiracy theory in, predictions are in. Ooh. Oscar Piastri P1 for the Monaco GP. That's how we like it, baby. It really is. It really is oh my God, it really is the summer. Oh my God, everything's alive and kicking right now. Oh my God, we're going to Monaco. Shit. Oh shit, I'm excited. Anyways, what else went down? There's still stuff that went down during the weekend. Yes, UFC happened. Unfortunately, Edson Barboza lost out in the main event, which I was rooting for, and Luana Pinheiro, as beautiful she was, she got choked out. I mean, I want to do that, but like, not for her to lose or anything, just for pleasure's sake. Yeah, but hey, look, that's UFC. That was combat sports for the weekend. I'm not going to dive too deep into it, but there was the other combat sports, boxing. Huge bout this weekend. Alexander Usyk finally gets his matchup against Tyson Fury, the world heavyweight champion. And Usyk's been asking for this matchup a long time. It finally happened. And Alexander Usyk, he's a savage. He has a fresher boxing career than Tyson Fury does. Not to take anything from Tyson Fury. Usyk ended up scoring that dub and fucking finally getting the championship title in a split decision over Tyson Fury. And even though Tyson Fury now has taken 2 losses in a row, last one was, or the one before this was against Ngannou. Arguably he lost. Again, this isn't official, but I'm saying he struggled with that. And then now Usyk was definitely, he had him rocked. People are saying that arguably it could have been stopped. What was it, 9th round or something? 8th round. But, I mean, realistically, this just strengthens Tyson Fury's aura of being the Gypsy King. You really just can't take this guy out. Like, you really can't get rid of him. He's going to be there either way. And at the end of the day, he's going to get that split decision loss. So it wasn't even unanimous decision. So since it was a split decision, I wouldn't be surprised if it's pretty much an instant rematch that is booked for both gentlemen next. So congratulations to Usyk. I think he has the tools to be able to beat Fury for a second time, but you never know about the Gypsy King. He's always going to come back and fucking, you can't kill him. He's going to be back either way, just to try to fucking take you down. So that's what went down on the more violent side of things during the weekend. What else? I'm not gonna talk about the ice hockey championship because I did that last week, and as soon as I said shit about it, we lost the next 2 that matchups of the week. So I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna say nothing. All right, just good luck to the Finnish gentleman. There's a motherfucker on the team that's called Valtteri, and then my last official last name. So it's crazy, right? Imagine Valtteri Pukanikin just out there, you know what I'm saying? That's almost mind-blowing to me personally. And last thing, guys, this is the live shit. This is what I'm there for, physically watching it, reporting on you, feeling the environment, feeling out the vibes. And the vibes are immaculate after week 1, game 1. The Helsinki Roosters. We went against the Wausau Royals, and we beat them 28-12. Personally, I think it was a dominant game. In terms of the offense, our offense was just on a completely different level. I feel like the Royals were only running the ball, and that was about it. And the defense too. I mean, at the beginning, it was a little bit like, oh shit, they're fucking just running it. But then all of a sudden, it started like even the Roosters' defense started clutching up, started adapting, started overcoming the offense of the Royals. Two big names stand out were in the offense. First one is the running back, Ethan Greenfield. He's number 0, as in 0 fucking chill, and gives 0 fucks when someone is trying to take him down and tackle him, and is giving 100% every play. 2 touchdowns, 6 receptions, 143 total yards. This man is a savage. He's looking like he's looking like a fucking Greek Derrick Henry out there, man. This guy is just, once he gets his stride and he starts putting out one little stiff arm out on you, And he's slippery. That boy is lubricated up or something. I mean, every time the defense, there was 3 guys on him, he somehow slipped away, just gained a couple more yards. I mean, his yak numbers must be insane. Ethan Greenfield, salute to you, sir. What an animal and what a machine you are on the field. Next up, the other dangerous motherfucker who is putting it out on the field is the wide receiver, Santu Vehkomäki. This guy's looking like the white Robbie Chosen. If you know Robbie Chosen, he's in the Miami Dolphins right now. He used to be known as Robbie Anderson. I'm telling you, this guy is like Robbie Chosen, but the white version. The build is the same. The swag, the agility with the speed, same. I'm telling you, this is crazy. And the routes, the cuts are fucking sharp. I'm telling you. Nifty as a motherfucker. 2 touchdowns, 7 receptions, 165 recorded yards, and again, also just insane routes. Fucking has the ability for the deep ball as well, and also just yards after completion. I mean, I feel like this gotta be something that my boy Roosters worked on. It's that yards after completion, man. That's what's really valuable in a game situation. Yards after completions, and yards after completion they did. Okay, so week 2 is currently coming up of the season. This Friday, my Helsinki Roosters, we go against the Porvoo Butchers. The Butchers, they do seem freaking dangerous, but the way we were playing, freaking the grit and just the talent as well, I don't see a problem as to why we can't make it into a 2 dubs in a row. So, Helsinki Roosters, shout out to you guys. Shout out to the performance y'all had last week, and I'll be there rooting for you guys, cheering you guys on against the Butchers. But that's week 21 of Ballin' at What Cost. Summer is here. You can see me smiling. I got a new football that I'm practicing with, trying to get that, that Ben Roethlisberger release, you know what I'm saying? Or that Peyton Manning, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the weather. Please go outside. Now that I had a week like last week where I was genuinely every single day, at least half the day I was outside, I'm keeping the streak up this week. I'm keeping the streak up like I keep all of these streaks up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Alexi Pukin, and this is Ballin' at What Cost. We're balling today, tomorrow, and most definitely yesterday. I'll see you guys next week. Catch you later.